Practical team assignment 1. My first sport is football. Timing. Football matches are played in two 45-minute halves that have additional stoppage time at the end of each half to make up for lost time accumulated throughout play. For example, when a player goes down injured or the ball goes out of play, the referee will stop the watch so that he knows how much time to add on at the end of the half. In some scenarios, such as a cup game or in most knockout competitions, if the 90 minutes ends with the two teams drawing, so a score where they have scored the same amount of goals, then there is an extra 30 minutes played before a penalty shootout. If the winner is not decided before the penalty shootout, that's when that one will occur. These 30 minutes are played in two 15-minute halves. Scoring. To score in a football match, the whole of the ball must cross the goal line in between the two goalposts and underneath the crossbar. The goal will only stand if the scoring team has not committed any offences in the eyes of the law of the game. So that's building up towards the ball going into the back of the net. There has to be no offences committed. Officials. There is a referee, two linesmen and a fourth official. They enforce the laws of the game throughout the whole 90 minutes. They make sure that fouls, offsides and any other infringements are penalised and ensure that no one can break the rules. They will have the following equipment: a whistle, which the referee will use to call a stop to play, timepiece to keep track of time, radio, set earpiece. This will only be at elite level, so Premiership and top leagues around the world. Cards, red and yellow, a notebook, pressure gauge and the assistance flags. A squad. Football teams can only field 11 players at one time, and they can only make 3 subs in one game. The squad can contain more players than this, however. They just might not get on to play. Substitutes must be off of the playing area at all times and be wearing something that makes them easily distinguishable. So in the kind of lower leagues, it'll be like a bib or like a tracksuit top, and then in elite level, it's kind of warm-up gear and stuff like that. Positions in a football team are strikers, midfielders, defenders, and goalkeepers. Ball out of play. If the ball goes out of the playing area, the whole ball must cross the line. A throw-in is given to the opposing team of the player that the ball will touch last. The throw must be taken in the exact place the ball left the pitch and must be thrown in with both hands behind the head and both feet on the floor. If the ball goes out behind the goal, it will be a goal kick in the scenario that the attacker plays it out. If it comes off the defender, it will be a corner kick to the attacking team. Fouls. The referee will stop the play and punish the team in question for any fouls or misconduct. This can be from being offside, where the punishment is a free kick, to a dangerous challenge, which will result in a red card and a sending off, as well as a free kick. Pulling of an opponent's shirt, a foul tackle, delaying the restart, foul language and dissent all result in punishment. Yellow cards are given when a foul is more severe than a small offence, but do not warrant a red card. However, if 2 yellow cards are shown to the same player, then they will receive a red card and have to leave the game. Regulations. The length of a pitch must be between 100 yards and 130 yards, and the width no less than 50 yards and no more than 100 yards. The penalty box is also known as the 18-yard box, with a smaller area marked out inside it called the 6-yard box. The penalty spot is 12 yards from the goal, and the goal itself is 8 feet high and 8 yards wide. Every player must be wearing suitable boots as well as shin pads and must remove any jewellery. The referee will check this at the start of play. They must also be wearing their team kit, including the top, shorts and socks. Obviously, a goalkeeper must be wearing gloves and a football is needed to play. The game starts with a coin toss to decide who kicks off. Whoever wins will have the ball from the start. The ball must travel backwards from kick-off, and the opposing team must be in their own half, not encroaching the centre circle. Penalty kicks are awarded when a foul is committed by the defending team in the penalty area. This is when the attacking team has an uncontested shot at goal from 12 yards out. Scenarios. My first scenario: the striker of one team runs onto a through ball in the attacking half, rounds the goalkeeper and puts the ball into an open net to score a goal. However, the referee blows his whistle as the linesman has his flag up signalling for offside. The linesman has judged the striker to be offside. This means that when the ball was played into him by his teammate, he was closer to the opposing team's goal line than the ball and any other player. As he has gained an unfair advantage by being closer to the goal than anybody else, the goal is disallowed, and a free kick is given to the other team. The free kick must be taken from the spot that the forward first touched the ball. In this scenario, because he was denied a goal, the attacking player runs up to the referee shouting, swearing and complaining at him and complaining at him in an overly aggressive way. These actions warrant a yellow card for abusive language and misconduct. The referee shows the card, then writes the player's name and number in his notebook. Scenario number 2. The central defender of one team is defending his goal. The attacker of the other team tries to dribble past him towards the goal. To stop him, the defender jumps in with both feet off the floor and misses the ball but gets the man. The referee sees the foul and blows his whistle to stop the game. He goes up to the defender and shows him a red card. This results in that player being sent off and banned for 3 games as it was a straight red. The referee made this decision because the tackle was late, high and dangerous for the player. He could have caused a serious injury and therefore it must be a straight red card. Scenario number 3. An attacker of one team is running down the side of the pitch. He is tackled and the ball goes off the side of the pitch. He runs to get the ball as he thinks that it is his. When he gets it, the referee tells him to give the ball to the other team. In frustration, he throws the ball away. The referee blows his whistle and shows the attacker a yellow card. He does this because the attacker has shown misconduct, by delaying the restart as well as dissent. By throwing the ball away, he has committed an offence and therefore deserves the yellow card. The reason the throw was not given to him is because the linesman judged the ball to have come off him last before leaving the pitch. Sport number 2. Rugby union. Timing. Rugby matches are played in 2 40-minute halves, with a 10-minute stoppage in between. The teams change halves at half-time and the referee signals the start and the end of play with a blow of the whistle. During international matches, the referee will stop his watch whenever there is a stoppage. There is only extra time in knockout competitions. At kick-off, the team who has chosen to kick must start the game with a place or drop kick from the middle of the halfway line. The ball has to travel 10 metres forward into the opposition's half, or else the opposing team is awarded a line-out or a scrum where they have put in. That means where they have control of the ball and they can throw it in or roll it into the scrum. Every player must be behind the kicker before the ball is kicked and can only enter the opposition half after the ball has been kicked. Scoring. In rugby, you are able to score via a try, conversion, penalty or drop goal. 5 points are awarded for a try, followed by another 2 for a successful conversion. 3 points are awarded for a penalty kick, and the same for a drop goal. Tries are scored when the ball is grounded, touches the ground, with downwards pressure behind the try line, but before the boundary, so in the goal, in goal area. The conversion follows this. The ball is kicked from the 22-metre line on the pitch in line with the spot that the ball was touched down. The ball must go through the rugby posts in order for the 2 points to be awarded. Penalty kicks are like conversions. The kicker must get the ball through the posts from where the foul was committed. It is important to note that the kicker does not have to go for the points, the kick, when they get a penalty. They can choose to kick it into touch to gain ground or tap and go. Drop goals are whenever the ball is kicked through the posts in open play via a drop kick. Officials. There are 2 touch judges and 1 referee in all levels of rugby union. The referee controls the game, intervening when he sees any foul play, whilst the touch judges assist the referee where it is difficult for him to make the right call. They also help the referee with where and when the ball goes out of play on the sides. They also stand by the posts during a conversion to see whether the ball's gone through. In the elite level of rugby, there are also video assistants that can rewatch any incidents of uncertainty. That's like live replays to make sure that the message has got to the referee and he makes the right decision. The squad. The squads can be a maximum of 22 players big, with 15 players on the pitch at one time and a possible 7 substitutes. There are 15 different positions in a rugby team. These are made up by the forwards and the backs. Left and right wing, full back, scrum half and fly half, inside and outside centre make up the backs, whilst the forwards consist of the number 8, 2 flankers, 2 locks, tight head and loose head prop and a hooker. The forwards are also the players that are in the scrum. Ball out of play. When the ball crosses the line, the game comes to a halt before it restarts with a line out. This is when both teams line up next to each other and try to catch the ball as it is thrown in by either team. The team that throws the ball in depends on the situation. If the game is in open play and the player carrying the ball touches the line with any part of his body, then a line out is given to the opposite side. However, if the ball is kicked into touch from a penalty, then the team that kicked takes control of the ball at the line out. Whichever team gets to throw the ball has a better chance of winning the contest.